This is Jerry, KG5JBC, and I'd like to invite you to join our DMR net on the Brandmeister network, Talk Group 3148, on Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. This net is sponsored by the Ham Radio 2.0 video podcast on livefromthehamshack.tv.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to Ham Radio 2.0 live from the Ham Shack. My name is Jason. My call sign's Kilo Charlie 5 Hotel Whiskey Bravo. Today we're going to be discussing the Blue DV Hotspot. So I've never done a video on a hotspot before. Some of you are familiar with DVAPs, DV Minis, DV Megas, and hotspots and whatnot. DSTAR users have been using hotspots to connect their DSTAR radios to the internet for a number of years. And recently, several companies are starting to make hotspots that not only work on DSTAR, but also work on DMR. So we're going to be taking a look at some DMR stuff. This video will be on DMR. I may do another video upcoming on DSTAR, and but this video is going to be on DMR. So we're going to be looking at the Blue DV Hotspot. Now, this thing is a daughter board. I'll show it to you here in 1 second. This thing is a daughter board that fits on top of a DV Mega daughter board, and it eliminates the need for a Raspberry Pi. You don't need a Raspberry Pi. The DV Mega is a daughter board that fits on top of the motherboard of a Raspberry Pi that allows the Raspberry Pi to be a hotspot itself. I think you can do other stuff with the DV Mega board as well. But it'll be a hotspot, but then you have to have the Raspberry Pi, which is a little bit bigger, and then you have to have an internet connection to the Raspberry Pi. If it's a Raspberry Pi 1 or 2, you don't have a Wi-Fi connection in it. If a Raspberry Pi 3 has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, so you can use it that way, but then you have to connect to ambient Wi-Fi in whatever area you're in, or hotspot it to your phone or something like that. The Blue DV board is really cool because it Bluetooths to your phone, or to your Android phone, and you can do it to an Android tablet also. I don't believe at this point in time there's an iPhone app, so sorry for your iPhone users, but you know, it was made for Android at this time. I want to make a crack in there about you iPhone guys should get a real phone, but I have a really weird sense of humor about that because I don't like Apple products, but I know a lot of you do, and so I'm not going to make a crack about that today, okay? It's just, you know, go get an Android phone. You'll like it better anyway. But I didn't write the app, so I'm not the one who left out the iPhone on this app. And there's probably other apps out there for similar things for iPhones. I've never looked. I don't know. But this board, this Blue DV board, will actually work with Windows also. So there's several versions of it. The one we're going to be looking at today is the Blue DV Micro Plus. And the difference between the Micro and the Micro Plus is the Micro will Bluetooth to your Android device, and that's the only option you have. The Micro Plus has a push button on the side of it where you can switch back and forth between Bluetooth and hardline USB. So you can hardline USB this device to a Windows machine, and you can run a Windows app. So if you have a Microsoft Surface tablet, or if you just have a regular laptop with Wi-Fi on it, you can also connect this to your USB port on your Windows device and run the Windows app. We're not going to be looking at the Windows app today. We're going to be looking at the Android app today. I'm going to show you it on my phone, and it's going to be a really cool time. Let's take a look at this quick commercial from one of our great sponsors. Hey guys, this is Jason at Ham Radio 2.0. I want to take a few seconds here and tell you about a friend of mine, Dan, KB6NU, Kilo Bravo 6 November uniform, who runs a blog over at kb6nu.com, featuring his no-nonsense study guides for all 3 levels of amateur radio license, technician, general, and extra, plus several books on CW operation and just an all-around what to do with your amateur radio license. If you're looking to get into amateur radio for the first time, or if you're looking for general information, training for Morse code, or upgrading your license, head over to kb6nu.com and check out Dan's material over there that he writes himself. You won't be disappointed in it, and I guarantee you'll get some really good use out of it. Think kb6nu.com. Okay, so the Blue DV board, which what I said is going to be connects to a DV Mega and you can get an optional case for it so that you don't have two little boards. They're tiny. I left it inside, so I'll go get it here in a second, and obviously we're going to look at it, and I'll put it all together for you, and we're going to look and see what this is. So let's get ready to take a look at the Blue DV board as a DMR hotspot. Here we have the Bluespot, the actual device. It doesn't come with an antenna, but this is how I have it put together. I have it put together, the opening in the top of the Bluespot case is too small for the antenna to actually go onto. So I put this barrel connector, this SMA male barrel connector, on top of the port on the board, and then I screwed a female antenna into the male barrel connector. So, and it seems to work just fine. It's only like 100 milliwatts is the power out, so you're not going to get much anyway. I'll go ahead and open this up. This is what it looks like inside. See if I can keep from tearing it up. This case, I've kind of worn this case out because I've opened it up and closed it down so many times that it doesn't snap together as well as it did when I first put it together. Zoom out here a touch. But anyway, that's the case, and it comes with this this little insert in the side here, which it sits on top of the board that let's see which board is which. This board with the board with the switch on it is a Blue DV board. So this is your DV Mega board here, and then this is your Blue DV board here. It comes with the DV Mega board's obviously sold separately from the Blue DV board, but the DV Mega was originally intended to go to be a daughter board in a Raspberry Pi, and then your Raspberry Pi would power the DV Mega, and the DV Mega would be your radio, as it were. The BlueStack board, which you take your Blue DV out of the Raspberry Pi and connect it through this interface right here, this little pin connection right here. It's like a looks like a 10-pin connector here. And then this stud, kind of hard to see it in the shadow there, this stud goes between the two boards, and it screws down like a motherboard screw right here. And then the Blue DV board allows you to Bluetooth to an Android device or a Windows device, and instead of needing the Raspberry Pi to be connected to the internet, you use the device, the Android or Windows device existing internet connection, to Bluetooth to the Blue DV board and connect to the DV Mega board and allow it to act as your hotspot. There's a cover that comes for this red button. I found that the cover was really tight and didn't go in there very well, so I just took the button cover off, and I just didn't use it. So we're going to put this back in here, and this little BlueStack board has ports on it right here to go into the four three-corner holes on your DV Mega board, or I'm sorry, on your BlueStack board. BlueStack board goes on the bottom. DV Mega board goes on the top. That goes in the center there, and then this fits on top of it. And this thing should snap together and not come apart so easily, but like I said, I've worn mine out. So there's that, and that's all there is to it. It's powered by a micro USB connector, which is right here, and microphone's kind of loose there. If you hear clicking in the microphone, that's my headset. And then the LED indicator is there telling you when you're connected and not connected. So let's find a USB port to hook this thing up, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's powered up. I grabbed this wall wart here with a regular USB connector in it, and you can plug this cable. Does not, this USB cable here is just one that I had. It does not come with the DV Mega or the BlueStack board. You have to supply your own micro USB cable, but since it's micro USB, it's not proprietary, and there's plenty of those guys out there. I like this cable because it has the blue light on it that comes on when you know it's powered. So we're going to plug this in here like that, and you will see it flashing with the fast red light there. So what we do is, that means the fast red light means it has no Bluetooth connection. So we're going to connect it to Bluetooth real quick on my Android device. I said earlier that we were going to look at the Android device and not the Windows device, but I was actually able to get an Android device set up, or I'm sorry, a Windows device set up. So we're going to be able to look at both. Okay, you see how the connection, or the light turns, the right-hand light turns solid red? You will see on the screen it says BT connected at the bottom. So we can hit the connect button again. BT for Bluetooth disconnects, and it runs. See, we got both of them in the shot there. So BT disconnected at the bottom of the Android screen, and the light is flashing fast red. Connect, Bluetooth connected, and the light goes solid, or at least the right hand light does. That little indicator on the left is still blinking, but the right hand light solid red means you have a Bluetooth connection. Then this part up here connects. There we go, ready. Now what that means, so this part down here means that your Bluetooth is connected, your Bluespot is connected from here to your Android device. And then this part means that it connects the entire system to the internet. So you can disconnect from the internet like that. Trying to hold it into the center of the screen here. Let's zoom back a touch. There we go. So you can disconnect from the internet and still be connected via Bluetooth. You can disconnect Bluetooth. So you connect Bluetooth obviously first, get the two devices paired together, then connect to your internet, and then you're ready to go. Now everything on this is all on the Brandmeister network. I've not used it on the DMR Plus or the Hytera network, so I'm not as familiar with those networks. But this all of these hotspots on here are push to talk, so you're not going to hear anything. I don't have my radio next to me right now. We're going to do radio demonstration here in just a few minutes, but you're not going to hear anything until I key up a talk group. Because there's like 300 talk groups on Brandmeister, so how does it know which one I want to listen to? It doesn't. So it waits for me to key up the talk group that I want to listen to, and then as soon as it hears activity on that talk group, it's going to start squawking at me. If you key up while someone else is talking, then it's going to wait till that person unkeys, and then the next person that keys up, or if that person keys up again, whatever the next QSO to key up is, that's when you'll start hearing the audio. So the best thing to do is to get everything connected here, key up the talk group you want to talk to, just key it up for a second or two, and then unkey, set your radio down, and listen for several minutes until you hear traffic. You can also go to Hoseline, which we'll look at that here later also. You can also go to Hoseline and you can see who's talking on what talk group and whatnot. So this is the Android application. Now this guy, go ahead and set this aside. One bad thing about this application is if I have this connected, watch this, I'll connect Bluetooth and I'll connect this, and if I go out of this screen, you notice it loses the Bluetooth connection. The app has to be running in the foreground of the Android device to stay connected to the hotspot. That is a poor design is what it is. So I'm told that the guy who wrote this app is working on an update to where it can run in the background. But usually when I'm on road trips, if I've only got one Android device, I've got my Google Maps GPS running in the background, and I've got my APRS Droid running in the background, but I have to keep this in the foreground anytime I want to talk on it. Or else if you want to go over to Google Maps and see what the latest info is, you have to basically disconnect from Bluetooth from the hotspot. So that brings me to my next point, which is going to be this little Winbook guy here. He is going to be my mobile hotspot. I've already got a mount set up in the truck. Zoom out a touch here. I've already got a mount set up in the truck for this Winbook. This is a Windows 8 Winbook. Put my password in here. You guys don't need to see that. So this is looks like it's a 7-inch Windows 8 tablet. And I think you can upgrade it to Windows 10, but I haven't done that because why create a bunch of headaches for yourself? So we can go to... Now, the one thing about Windows that I don't like, or at least on this device, it doesn't seem to remember the Bluetooth connections. If you go into Bluetooth, you see it there. Well, it says not connected. Let's try to connect it. There's been other times where I've had to basically unpair and repair it. See right there, it says it has an option to remove device. I'll hold my finger down on it, it doesn't do anything. So let's just remove it. So I don't really like the fact that you have to go in and reconnect it each time. But on a road trip, it may not matter. Let's refresh this screen. There's that. I think it's picking up my, it's probably picking up my Android device next to me here. And it's probably picking up my headset. It's supposed to auto-connect, but it doesn't auto-connect, and I don't know why. So, yes, I'm going to remove the device. And this is Windows being a genius operating system that it is. It just wants to be ornery and not cooperate with you. But once you get it all hooked up and paired and everything, if you're going on a road trip, you're going to set this up to connect to itself and keep going. It doesn't disconnect once you finally get it connected. If you're just setting up a new Windows device, this is how to do it. If you have to drop it and re-add it, this is how you do that. So pair. Now your passcode is 1234. And there it goes. Connected, and you will see the light connected there. Actually, that looks different than the BlueStack, but it stopped flashing quickly. So let's go back over here. And we're going to go to the desktop and run the BlueDV app. This app is downloadable. I could say that word correctly. Open. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and connect. And let's see here. I set this up earlier and connected to it earlier. I should connect the mouse to this thing because it's too hard with the touch screen. So this is your setup screen here. The first, your call sign at the top, your DMR ID, your frequency. That's what frequency you put into your code plug in your radio. DMR master is 3102 is the US server. The master password is the word password with a 0 for the O at the end. The QRG, I didn't change that. I just left that. The serial port is what messed me up. It came up as a default of COM1 and it wouldn't connect, so I just kept changing ports, and on this particular device, COM4 worked. I don't know what that error is. I've not seen that before. It just connected the other day. Details. Access to COM4 port is denied. Okay, so let's try a different COM port. Let's see. But that's where it was the other day, yesterday when I was using it, because that's what it wanted. There we go. Try COM1. Okay. So COM1 connected, and it says logged into DMR. And it's listening. It's got your DMR master, your frequency. And if someone were to key up right now, you would see this across the screen. Again, I would have to activate it, which I don't have my radio next to me right now. We're just demonstrating the setup of the application. So but it's connected, so that's what it should do. For some reason, the red light stays solid on the Android app and not on the Windows app. I didn't notice that until just now. But it's not flashing fast red anymore over here, so that means it is connected. Okay, while this was all going on, I decided to go ahead and grab my radio and give you a quick demonstration before the net tonight. So this is a chat going on right now between a few guys on the Brandmeister talk group 3148.
So there's your routes, sir. I got two of them for 16. Let me see. Yeah, Carl has been on because I see. Sent him a message. Grapevine Amateur Radio has now got a whole pile of blue stacks in for $44.99. Don't know about his shipping prices, but he's just got them in. But I guarantee if I do DV Mega TV, he still doesn't sell them. Let's see if he's actually selling the things. Because the last time I looked, he wasn't selling DV Mega. So, no, he still isn't. So he sells half of the unit. And he'll sell you a case. I see you can get a grey, blue, or clear case. So, yeah, he's just been posting that he's got more of these in. So, background to you, Jim. Mike 6 November, Bravo Papa.
All right, guys, a little trial and error here, which is the best way to learn, in my opinion. We see the solid red light on the blue stack now. So what was happening before was I had the wrong COM port set on this application. So while this was connected to the tablet via Bluetooth, I'm kind of guessing here, but this was connected via the tablet via Bluetooth, but the application was not connecting to the blue stack. So once I changed the COM port, I was able to get, because I wasn't able to key it up. We could hear everybody a minute ago, but I wasn't able to key it up. I would key up and nothing would happen. So now when I key up, you see KC5 HWB testing on statewide Brandmeister. That's my DMR ID down there at the bottom. Okay, so now when I key up,
Hey Jason, can you copy me, WV6BFK?
hey Doug, yeah, I copy you just fine. I'm just doing some testing here with my Blue DV app on my Windows tablet. So now it sees me when I key up, and it's also getting receiving traffic.
I just got through setting up a DV Mega, and this is the first time I've tried it, and I was just wondering if it was getting out. I was hearing things, but I wasn't...
Because we were receiving before, but when I would key it up, I keyed it up off camera. You guys didn't see that. I would key it up, and it would not recognize me. And then once I changed COM ports again, this right here changed to solid red. This right here, get my arm out of the way. This right here changed to solid red, and boom, I was able to key up the app. So there we go.
When I was going through Larry's machine... Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Brandmeister Talk Group 3148 Net. This DMR net is supported by the Ham Radio 2.0 video podcast available on livefromthehamshack.tv and YouTube, where you can find lots of information and episodes about DMR radio. This is KG5JBC, and my name is Jerry. I will be the net control station. This net meets every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. The purpose of the net is to promote amateur radio DMR activity. All amateur operators that hold at least a technician license are invited to participate in this net and to give their comments. This is a directed net, and as always, emergency or priority traffic will be responded to immediately. Please address all communications to net control. We will hold the net in this manner, and we're going to do it a little bit different tonight. I will first ask for short timers that have traffic for the net. In other words, those who need to check in and immediately leave due to whatever reason they have, but also have traffic for the group but would like to check in. If you need to be a short timer and have traffic, we'll let you check in first, and then we'll let you give your traffic. We will then go through the process of checking in all other participants, and this week in a different manner. As we continue to grow, we need to try to find a little way to do it as short as possible on check-ins. So we'll first ask for those whose call sign ends in the letters A through F. So ends in the letters A through F. Then we'll do G through L. Then the ones that end in M through R, and then S through Z. Please give your call sign slowly and clearly, and let me know if you do not have traffic for the net by saying no traffic. After we check each group in, I'll repeat those whom I have on the list. If you did not hear me repeat your call sign, you will need to recheck. Remember to please notify Net Control if you do not have traffic when you check in. After we have checked in and recognized everyone, we will then have our presentation along with a question and answer session about the presentation. After the question and answer session, we will call on the check-ins that have traffic and allow them to tell what they want the remainder of the group to know. Please pronounce your call sign slowly so Net Control can understand and record it properly. At this time, I'd like to ask for the short timers that have traffic to please check in.
KB5 ZCS, short time, no traffic.
To check in, I will get your email. You don't have to worry about checking in again, and I won't call your call sign out when the verbals are checked in. So if you do have traffic, then we'll get to you when we do have the question and answers, or after the question and answer session. Any short timers with traffic? Okay, let's go through the check-in process. So if your call sign ends in the letters A through F, please check in now slowly and clearly.
Alpha Foxtrot 6, Foxtrot Bravo, Michael, Lake Forest, California, no traffic.
Kilo Delta 6, Hotel Mike Echo, Mike in Alhambra, California. No traffic.
Okay, any other ones whose call sign ends in an A through F? Okay, let's go to ones that end with a G through L.
KC5MAH. Jesse Brownsville, no traffic.
November 5, Sierra Victor Kilo, Don San Angelo,
no traffic. KA1MXL, Kevin, no traffic. KG5EEL, no traffic.
Kilo Golf 4 Uniform Zulu Kilo, no traffic.
Okay, any other call signs that end in a G through an L? Okay, let's go through those. We have AF6FB, KD6HME, KB5ZCS, KC5MAH, N5SVK, KA1MXL, KG5EEL, KM4VIG, and KG4UZK. Okay, if you didn't hear me call your sign and it's through a through an L, then you'll need to recheck in a few minutes. So let's get the ones now that end in an M through an R, please. M through R.
K5CQ, no traffic. Kilo 6 Fox Charlie, Charlie, close, Southern California.
Charlie, Allegan, New Jersey.
Kilo 6 Fox Charlie, Charlie, clear, Southern California.
For the M through the R, only got WAEBM, K6FCC, N2SVM. Any others for M through R?
N5JLR, no traffic.
Perfect.
Kilo Fox Charlie, Charlie, clear, Southern California via Santa Monica.
K6FCC, I got you there. Okay, let's go through S through Z. If your call sign ends in an S through a Z, please check in now.
KF6 Victor, Golf Zulu, San Diego, no traffic. Steve. November 1, Alpha Julia Whiskey, Mobile in Connecticut. Auto check-in.
Whiskey, Victor 8, Charlie Whiskey, WV8CW, Charles, West Virginia.
Victor Kilo 2, Papa Sierra Whiskey in southern New South Wales. Alpha Delta 4, uniform, Bay Southeast Michigan, no traffic.
Lima, November X-ray, Steiner, East Tennessee, no traffic.
Unit 4, EAR, Whiskey 4 Echo Alpha Radio, Franklin, South Carolina.
Okay, let me go through these, and it's kind of hard to tell. Some of you I see coming up on the screen. W4EAR, I got you there. KF6BGZ, N9BAV, N1W, WV8CW, VK2PSW, AD4UU, K1LNX, N8NTX, N0VKG, N8NYY. And some of you may have come up and I just couldn't hear you, so I went ahead and copied your call sign down. We won't count you twice if you did emails. So, okay, anyone else in the M through the R's, or I'm sorry, the S through Z's, I guess we are, aren't we?
Victor Kilo 2, Yankee, Hotel X-ray.
N5 JLR, no traffic.
Tango Romeo, Gary in Pasadena, Texas, no traffic. Okay, let's go back. Yes, I got N8NTX, N0VKG, N8NYY, VKYHX, N5JLR, KG5MTR. Any other check-ins? Okay, if you have not checked in, either by email or by verbal, please check in now.
Kilo Alpha 3, Tango Golf Juliet, KA3TEJ, Mark in Hamburg, Pennsylvania. No traffic.
N1 IRL, Rick in Bud Lake, New Jersey. No traffic. 8 EPM, Aiken, Grand Rapids, Michigan, no traffic.
Kilowatt Charlie 2, India Delta Bravo, in Kearney, New Jersey, no traffic.
Victor Kilo to Golf Golf. Dan, north of Sydney, no traffic.
Okay, I got N5 MW, KA3 TGJ, N1 IRL, WA8 EBM, KC2 IDB, VK2GG. Next check-ins, please.
BIG, Northport, no traffic. Kilo Charlie 9, Whiskey, Radio Bravo, Eric in Chicago, no traffic.
Late check-in, Jerry. Sorry about that. Kilo Charlie 5 Hotel Whiskey Bravo.
Traffic.
Okay, you got KM4G, KC9WRB, KC5HWB, and I saw KD8OJH pop up as well. Not sure if you tried to check in. Next check-ins.
This is KD8OJH, Louis in West Virginia. Victor Alpha 6 Papa Whiskey, pulling in Seba Beach, Alberta, no traffic.
Okay, I got you, Lloyd, KD8OJH, and 6PW. Paul got you. Any other check-ins? Okay, thank you for that, and hopefully you have either checked in verbally or you have checked in by email. If not, please check in by email, and we'll give you another chance here in a few minutes. But we're going to go ahead to our informational topic tonight, and KB5 RAB Russell Biggs is going to talk to us tonight about DM networks basics. So if you would, if you haven't pulled up the presentation from the Facebook page, please do so now, and I will turn it over to Russ. Russ, thanks for being here and giving this.
Okay, thank you, Jerry. Net Control. This is
KB5RAB, Russell in Conroe, Texas. Just want to start off saying I'm by far not an expert on DMR, but the information I want to present is correct to the best of my knowledge. And I know there's some people out there that know a lot more information, so if we get into questions, we can call on them as well to jump in there. And I did learn a lot last week on Tim's really good presentation about the different networks that on his, especially the history of the networks was really nice. Today we wanted to cover more of some practical things of like how do you connect to the networks and how they're either interconnected or in most cases not connected, and what that means as far as how do you contact someone that's on a repeater if you're on a hotspot and things like this. So we'll start.
What I discovered during took me about 3 weeks to record all of the segments that you saw put together in that episode 61, and it was gonna post a couple episodes ago, and I could not get the Windows Winbook to work correctly with the Windows app. But I've resolved that problem. Basically what it was I bought that Winbook about a year and a half ago, and I used it for a couple of weeks to do some APRS stuff, and then I put it on my desk at home, and I didn't pick it up for about a year. So when I booted it up just right after I got the BlueStack, I booted it up, and I did a couple of updates on it. I did some Windows updates on it to try to get it all updated and whatnot, and I thought that those updates took, but they didn't. So what it did was I had it set to automatic updates, but it was not doing them automatically. So when I went in there and did all the updates manually, it downloaded like 200 megabytes worth of updates, and after that it worked great, because beforehand it was really skipping a beat, and it was acting like it had a bad internet connection, and the Bluetooth wouldn't stay connected like I was saying earlier. Now everything works fine. I boot the Winbook up. I've got power running to the BlueStack. I boot the Winbook up and launch the BlueDV app. And as soon as I launch the BlueDV app and click on connect, it connects via Bluetooth and it connects via internet the whole time, and it's seamless now. So those updates that I thought had been automatically applied to the Winbook weren't in there. So I had to manually update everything, and then it's fine. So the Winbook, and you'll see in a few episodes from now, I've got another on the road video where I drive down to the Belton Ham Fest, and I'm using the Winbook tablet to talk on the Brandmeister network for a good part of that trip. And so I've got the Winbook mounted in the truck right now on a Pro Clip mount, just right next to one of my, kind of like my car stereos here when I'm driving. My car stereo's here, and I've got the Winbook mounted right next to it. And that's what I use mobile for my hotspot, my BlueDV hotspot connection to the internet, and to run the app, so that it doesn't take up so that way it frees up my Android phone is what it does. So I can run APRS Droid on my Android phone, or I can run Google Maps if I'm on a road trip on my Android phone, or I can talk on the phone if I get a phone call. So the Winbook is running the BlueDV app, and that's it, and that's all it's there for, and then I've got my Android phone freed up. So it worked out better that way anyway. That was kind of my goal from day one. So we got to see the Brandmeister net. That net happens every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Talk Group 3148. You can, however you connect to Brandmeister, if you have a local Brandmeister repeater, you can key up that Talk Group. If you have a BlueDV hotspot, any of the other hotspots out there. I will be doing an upcoming episode on the Shark RF Open Spot. I've got one of those. I've been kind of playing around with it the last couple days, and looking forward to giving that a try. From first look, it looks like it's a very easy setup. You just basically plug it in, set it once, and leave it, and it's done. But there are a couple of things it needs to tweak, so I'm going to toy with that. And then you'll see on one of the next few episodes, I don't remember which one it'll be right now, you'll see a demonstration of the Shark RF Open Spot. So be watching for that. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate all the comments. Appreciate all the feedback. 73, hope to hear you on DMR out there. This is KC5HWB, and I'll be QRT.